Hello YouTube viewers, this video is about the Estes Proto X quadcopter, and common issues that people run with these guys is kind of the stuck prop issue, where on the initial startup all of them will spin, but one or more props may not spin, and maybe just kind of with a little bit of help they do spin. Another thing is drifts. If your quad is should be trimmed and you've reset your gyro and it's still drifting heavily, it's most likely you've got an issue with either you got hair in the prop or some type of obstruction. You could take the prop off, make sure there's nothing tangled up in it, put it back on. The way you tell which prop is affected is if when these guys are calibrated, they should for the most part stay in a general position. They'll kind of move around a little bit, and it's something that you're able to manage. But when these things start taking off and just going crazy, with your sticks neutral, that's usually an indication that you got an issue with the motor. You got something stuck in the prop. It could be maybe the prop's bent a little bit. So check and make sure the props are, pretty not bent, that they're, look consistent. And then what I do is look at it and see if you're trying to do a startup. And I don't know if this guy will do it, but when it was cold, it was doing it. It would not move the prop, and so that usually is an indication that the motor may be going. So you notice that those bottom two are kind of giving me issues. So one test that I do is you simply put it on full throttle. So let's go ahead and try that. And we do the pitch test. And if you notice, your prop should have about the same frequency of sound. Shouldn't be any variation, maybe a little bit, but they should be pretty much consistent. Notice this guy is giving us problems. Now if you listen to that, they're not the same pitch or frequency, they're not the same hum. Matter of fact, the one on the bottom left's starting to slow down. That's good, bad. Good, bad. What happens here is you get a gyro that's can't compensate enough to keep this thing. It's unable to compensate for the lack of thrust on the side where it has the issue, and so that right there is most likely a motor issue. And I have a tutorial on how I've replaced my motors. I've bought a couple of these that I just cannibalize the motors out of the other one to fix the one that I have until motors are in stock. But if you have that issue, you calibrated it and it still is drifting heavily, or drifting without the ability of trim to correct, then do that pitch test. Simply put it on one side, make sure both motors sound similar or the same. I call it the same frequency. Don't angle it because the gyro may throw more thrust to one rotor. So keep it level, flat, and then tilt it evenly. And both of those props should be same pitch. Do it the other direction. And if you find that one of those props are not sounding right and it's a lower pitch, that is usually a bad motor. So the only way you can fix it is desolder it, and then I have that in my tutorial, and you pull it out and put a new one in. And it's relatively easy for those who have soldering skills. Those who don't may want to practice, but that's the outcome of these. If you have any questions, leave it in our eBay feed. We'll do the best to help you out. Have a good one. Thanks.